Hi guys, so I'm doing my presentation on the Galveston Hurricane of 1900, and unfortunately I'm not able to get my webcam to work, so I'm just going to be presenting with my voice. So the Galveston Hurricane of 1900. The hurricane was located in Galveston, Texas, which was a coastal city on Galveston Island. At the time, the population was or had exceeded 35,000 people, and Galveston was most notably known for their commercial shipping port, and this is where they gained most of their economic stability. So at the time that hurricane occurred, they had not been given names yet, and so most people just know that this was the storm, the Great Storm of 1900, or the Galveston Hurricane. Landfall occurred on September 8th of 1900, and they recognized it as a Category 4 hurricane. There was a 15 feet deep wall of water surge that hit the island, and this was one of the deadliest hurricanes to ever hit the U.S., with the death toll estimation between 6,000 and 12,000. Not only was it one of the deadliest hurricanes, it was also the third costliest disaster in the U.S., exceeding $20 million worth of damage. It first started as a tropical storm that was tracking across the Caribbean Sea that passed between Cuba and Florida, and the public was believed that the storm would turn to the northeastern area and not hit Galveston, but unfortunately the hurricane went directly towards Galveston. This misleading occurrence led there to be a lot of deaths and allowed people not to be so prepared. And the physical processes. So a hurricane is a low pressure system characterized by rotating winds that consist of heavy rain, surges of rising seawater. There's thunderstorms that are also included. They are dominated by warm ocean waters, and so in order for a hurricane to occur, the ocean water has to at least be 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and the latent heat will fuel the storm. Once it makes landfall or goes across colder water, it will begin to dissipate. But if it goes over warmer ocean water, then its energy will only intensify. The warmer it rises, which will form a spiraling pattern of clouds, which is what you see with the hurricane. And the Coriolis effect is something that controls the hurricane's movement, where there's counterclockwise rotation occurring within clouds in the northern hemisphere, and it's just the opposite in the southern hemisphere, where they rotate clockwise. The rain bands, which are the clouds around the hurricanes, contain numerous thunderstorms, which will increase the intensity towards the center, and most intense activity occurs in the eye of the wall. So those affected. At the time, there wasn't any sophisticated weather forecasting systems, and so many people were not prepared for it. So I don't believe there was a specific group that was generally affected. It was just anybody who was on the island that which was present for the storm. The U.S. Weather Bureau did send a warning, but many didn't listen to it and they just ignored it. And the popular and booming economy Galveston once had for itself was not reestablished and was no longer the major port of call, and instead it went to Houston. So they were able to rebuild their communities, but they were not able to reestablish themselves as a major port of call. Planning and management. So to prepare for future storms, a levee system was used to guard the city from this happening again, and they also elevated the entire city to withstand future storms. Since the technology advanced to help predict when and how intense these storms will be, this gives communities time for more preparedness and basically an ability for us not to lose so many lives. So it'll give everybody just a chance to just be more prepared and evacuate when things are going the wrong way. And here are my references.